Yes, Yeezy Resell is dead. Nevertheless, let's check out the details. Hello everybody, welcome to Yeezy Going. My name is Nicholas and today we're going to take a look at how Yeezys are reselling in April 2020. Thus, in this month we had a variety of Yeezy releases and we're going to cover everything from the 350, 380 to the 700s. So stay tuned for more information. Let us start the video off with the most known Yeezy, and that is the Yeezy 350 Boost. For the Yeezy 350 lineup, we had at the end of March a release, the Yeezy 350 Boost Cinder, and we just had the upgraded version on the 4th of April of the Yeezy Cinder Reflectives. Now, although we know that the Yeezy Resell is pretty much dead, the Yeezy 350 are still one of the best performing Yeezys out there, especially when we compare them to the 500s or the new released 380s or 700s. When we take a closer look at the Cinders that just released last month, we can see that the resale right now for a size 10, which is my size, is currently at 265 euros, which is pretty average to already to the upper limit comparing to the other Yeezys that released in March. That being said though, if we look at the daily sales of the Yeezy Cinders, we can see that for today the average was roughly around 240 euros, meaning you would make a $20 plus, which in my opinion, especially if you sell them over StockX, is not really profitable, and thus if you're a reseller, I think you should not hop onto this bandwagon. And if you already have a pair, I think you should hold on to them for hopefully an increase in price in the upcoming year. That being said though, let's also look at the Yeezy Cinder Reflectives, which just released on the 4th as mentioned before. The resale for these are 380, also not something really crazy. If we look at the Yeezy Zebras, they're going also roughly for 350, 380, so it's in the same sort of bracket. Again, this is a reflective pair. As we know, the reflective pairs are way more limited and thus also have of course a higher resale value. Thus, if you can get your hands by some reason on a cheap pair of Yeezy Cinder Reflectives, they're definitely worth copping and of course also reselling. Looking at the daily and also overall sales for this Yeezy Cinder Reflectives, we can see that the ultimate high was roughly around 400 euros and now it's pretty much selling for an average of 300, which again is not bad if you cop them for 220. Leaving the 350 lineup behind, let's turn our heads to the 380s. We only had 2 releases so far of the 380s. We're expecting many more in the future, but for now we only had the Alien colorway and now the Mist that actually just released on the 25th of March. When we actually first take a look at the 380 Alien, we can see that the resale value is extremely high, being at 450 euros. Thus, it's a very profitable shoe for resale. Then again, this is of course also in relation because it's the first 380 that released. Thus, it comes with great value, and it is just with the 350, the first ones that released. They're also right now reselling still for higher than the newer models, which of course is also because of the exclusivity. That being said though, when we now take a look at the Mist, which actually just released 3 months after the Alien, we can see a huge price drop. May it be due to the colorway or just that these are not that limited, or the second variation already of this silhouette. But the resale is quite on the low, being 240 euros, meaning that you may give or take a $10-15 or euro profit off this sneaker, especially when you go through StockX with all the fees. The profit margin is bare minimum. Looking forward though, we know that an all black silhouette of the 380 are about to release, and there is really gonna be the time where we're gonna see if it's more the colorway or if it's the silhouette in general, if the 380 is just not that popular or in relation to the colorway. Last but not least, for the Yeezy for this month, which released today, is the Yeezy 700 Alvah. I'm pretty sure I pronounced his name wrong because yeah, I don't fucking speak Hebrew. Nevertheless, the resale for this Yeezy looks pretty promising. I actually logged in today. I thought about copying them. I saw that they were actually online and still in rotation sort of and available till roughly 4 or 5 p.m. So they really sold out really late, or especially here in Europe. That might be due to quarantine, through this COVID-19 bullshit that's going on, or just in general that maybe people did not have money right now. I just don't really believe it reflects the demand, because if we take now a closer look at actually the resale of this pair of kicks, the resale looks very promising. It's right now it's 370 euros, $370, $380, give or take. Very good resale, especially for the price. They retail for $200, meaning that you right now have a 200 plus profit margin. So if you go down the road of reselling this sneaker, I think it's going to be very profitable. Also, when we take a look at the daily sales here, 360, so pretty high. So I'm extremely curious to see how it's going to develop in the next coming days and weeks, if it's going to drop or if it's going to go up. Because if it's going to go up, I think the Yeezy 700s in general, this new variation that just came out, this V3, it's a cash cow for the resellers. And although personally I'm not a huge fan of the Yeezy 700 V3 lineup, also being that the Azael, which released earlier, the resale is pretty much unbeatable right now. If you are looking for reselling right now in 2020, any particular Yeezy, the Yeezy 700 V3 has the highest profit margin to be made out of all the Yeezys right now that are releasing. Thus again, if you're a reseller, watch out for the Yeezy 700 V3s. This finalizes the resale for April for all the sneakers that we had late March or right now till now in April. Nevertheless, let's also look a little bit into the future. Let's look at the other sneakers which are going to release at the end of April, and I will give you my predictions if I think they're going to resell fine or not. So first and foremost, we have the Adidas Yeezy 350 linen. I'm very sure I pronounced that name wrong, but yeah, they resell for $220. It's a 350. It's a summer colorway, nothing really out of the ordinary. It's not a full black one, it's not a full white one, and thus I don't believe that the resale is going to be great on this one. If you're a reseller, I would pass. Next up, we have a Yeezy 700 MNVN bone colorway. If we take a look at the previous 700 MNVN, they have a really good resale value. They're almost like the 700 V3s. They have a good profit margin on top, and thus if you are looking to resell, I think this is going to be a great sneaker to go for. I do believe they're going to have a good resale value. The same applies for the next one, which is going to release, which is the Yeezy 700 MVN Phosphor, which is pretty much a green variation to the bone. And also for these ones, I believe that they're going to have a good resale value. So if you're in for reselling still in April, I would focus on these two pairs, maybe take a pass on the linen. And yeah, that pretty much concludes it. I hope that for all the resellers I could help you. For everybody else watching, I hope that you enjoyed this video. It was hopefully informative. And that being said, I will sign out right now. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, please leave me a like, subscribe. And yeah, that was it for Yeezy Going. Have a great day.